Is this guy a good guy or is this girl, you know, what's the dynamic with, like, because that's going to tell you a lot, right? Mm-hmm. It's going to tell you a lot about, okay, what they think about women or men.
Yeah.
One. Ooh, the man came with bars.
And then I was like, no pressure. You're a diamond, keep shining. And then she said, ha, ha, thank you. And then 2 days later, she was like, hey, I'm in LA. Let me know when you want to do something. Smiley
Only
face.
you could get away with that poetic shit. It's got to be hitting soliloquies and whatnot.
Bro, I was just like, I don't know, man. Sometimes I just fucking say what I want to say. And it happens.
No, that was good.
That was good.
That was real good. I almost wrote that down.
I knew he was taking notes.
Come again one more time.
He's taking mental notes.
You said what? Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not showing up thirsty. I'm like, you know what? Do your thing.
Yeah, that's the best way to go about it.
Mm-hmm.
Where was I the other day? I was like, same game. It's like when you're not even trying to hit on them. That's when they like start to pay attention to you.
Yeah.
Just have a normal ass conversation.
Yeah.
It's
exactly.
like I'm not even like
trying. I don't.
And then all of a sudden, you want to do a shot with me? It's like, oh, now I got your attention.
Yeah. Oh, so you initiate getting a shot for them? Like,
no, she initiated.
Oh, and then yeah.
Right. She asked me, do another one. Do another one. Oh, so
I see what this is.
You dig my vibe.
She's trying to get me.
They gravitate to that, like, you know, not coming on strong, joking, just being goofy as self.
That's the best way to be anyway, bro.
That's the way to do it.
100%.
Man, welcome back to motherfucking LA, baby.
Thank you.
How was it, bro? You came in, you exhausted?
No slap. We good on
that? Oh, dude, thank you. Holy shit. Thank you for reminding me. See, now you're part of the production team.
Yeah.
Q3, 2, 1.
Bro, I'm ordered like white on rice, baby. Let's go.
Hell yeah. Bro, so, dude.
It's been a minute, huh?
Yeah,
it feels like it has been a minute.
It feels like it's been like a month.
I know. I was going to say probably like a year, like half a year.
It's been like a minute.
I'm like, yo, the time is getting
Tyler Perry whooped your ass over there. He had you working.
Man, bro, we was working.
That's what I told the fans. I said, look, it can't come out this week because we going to blame Tyler Perry. They fucking exhausted.
Tyler, it's not on me.
They exhausted the boy, young Rome. He came in.
I would definitely say I was working my ass off.
Drained of his energy.
Yeah.
And I was like, we got to make this shit special. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 50th episode of Stripped Down.
Damn, 50 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
50 episodes.
We on 50. 2 more, it'll be 1 year.
You can remember the first time we started this thing.
Oh, we didn't know what the fuck we were doing.
We had no idea.
Cameras, microphones, podcasts.
You can tell the drastic difference between that to now.
Don't go back and look at it. Don't. Hey, look,
like
but
we
listen,
made this shit.
This is the process to anything. You just got to do it.
Absolutely.
Just start doing it.
Absolutely.
Who cares what episode 1 looks like?
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't until like episode 35 or what until we started to get our groove.
Yeah.
You know, even now, like episode 40 and beyond, like, okay, I'm starting to like these, personally love these episodes. I catch myself rewatching the episodes over and over again because I'm like, damn, this is enjoyable.
So
like,
entertaining.
Then I'm like, boom, we're on to something. It took that a year. Just like, you know, just got to get started. You know, the shit, if I could, I'll make like episode 35, episode 1. Right?
Yeah.
And then get rid of everything else. But I'm like, no, fuck it. Let everybody see.
Yeah.
You got to start somewhere.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah.
And put it out there. Who cares what other people think? You know?
That's why we ban it all.
Be patient with us. We're going to figure it out. It'll get better.
100%.
And here we are, episode 50, baby.
Episode 50! Hit a milestone. Thank you, ladies, for joining us on this journey and celebrating this terrific milestone with your boys, because,
you know.
Yeah.
So we had to do it together.
It's crazy.
You've been here since day one.
Yeah.
I've been here since day one. I said, we got to do this shit together, bro.
Yeah, 100%.
But last week, we had our very first guest, like from outside the Magic Squad.
Yeah.
Bro.
How was that?
That was fucking great, bro. John
was
the first guy I ever hired.
So, of course, he had like such interesting perspective coming from This is his very first time in this industry.
Bro, he's an OG. Like, OG in the game. Like, he was dancing while I was still in diapers.
That's crazy.
You know, so he been through it all. And, you know, he worked for me for a short period of time. He's the first guy I ever hired. And, like, he had stories, and he was so honest. And then he like, gave all these, like, little life lessons. Like, what he learned. Like, because he used to be a big-time player, misogynist, all this. He had a certain way of thinking, you know. And, you know, fucked up, like, upbringing past, all circumstantial to the way he was brought up and the conditions he was in. But then he talks about how he grew through it. Yeah. I'm like, wow, this is great. So if you haven't watched that episode, I definitely encourage you to watch it. Which
is amazing to hear, because I'm like, man, you just speak from the truest form. And then also that, it's like, it turns out to be a therapy session.
Yeah. He was like, you know, I was like, man, I wasn't expecting you to, you know, be so open. He's like, honestly, man, it's fucking liberating.
Like, I needed this shit. You know? Finally a platform I could just spill it off.
Yeah, because I told him, I was like, we don't have to talk about anything you don't feel comfortable with or whatever. We keep it, you know, we have a great relationship, me and him. Yeah. You know, and he always used to be the type of guy that didn't really like to advertise his past like that. And you know, for whatever reason, he felt comfortable to do it. He stopped caring, you know. He's like, that made me, right? So there's a lot of great gems in that episode. So check it out. It's one for everybody that like to watch. Guys, girls, everybody can definitely relate on some level to the shit.
Boom, classic. That's what we're gonna call it, baby.
It is. I already know, like, I'm going to rewatch it probably 5 years from now. Go back to it just to... It's enjoyable, man.
Absolutely.
It is great. But, man, he brought up something, because, like, I wanted to get to... Because now he's married to his girlfriend of 8 years.
That's a long time.
So he made a big change in his life.
Yeah.
And I asked him, I'm like, what made you, like, fall for her, right? What was that thing? He kept saying, like, something was missing, right? And that's why a big part of why I was the way I was. And I was like, what was it? You know, I wanted to get to it. And then he's like, love? And I was like, a genuine love, like a different type of love? Like what kind, like a different type of, he's like, yeah, man, like a authentic love, like from a real place, not an artificial love, right? Not a love of this person you think I am, but like a love for me, like, with all my flaws, all my baggage, all my trauma, all that.
Right.
You know, and it's like, and then he says, it's almost like a similar love to what my mom gave me, or possibly a type of love that my mom didn't give me. You know, maybe a type of love that he wanted but didn't get. So then once he got it, he like cherished it or appreciated it. So that got me thinking, like, yo, a man's relationship with their mother has a big impact on how that man turns out, right?
I agree wholeheartedly.
You know? And it's funny because me and you were catching up.
Yeah.
And for the first time ever, you mentioned to me, like, something about your relationship with your mother. Yeah. I never heard you really talk about her before.
Yeah.
But you brought that up, and you brought up, like, it heavily affected how you are.
Yeah.
Right? So, and then I'm thinking, because if there's one reason I could call myself lucky, it's the two parents that I got. I got super lucky, great mom, great dad. We didn't have, like, much growing up, but that's one thing I had, was that they're great, you know.
Yeah.
Taught me a lot, cared for me a lot, just like unconditional love, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, now I meet somebody like John or you that has, okay, how does that affect somebody, right?
Yeah.
You know, because this will tap into, like, okay, this will help you understand a guy and how he treats women and why he is the way. And then how to go about loving somebody like that, right? Yeah. So do you want to get into that a little bit?
Yeah. I mean, because I would say that one of the dire needs as humans is love, right? So I feel like for both men and women, it's like something that is very essential, you know what I'm saying, to feel fulfillment within yourself. For my situation personally, I didn't really have my mom in my life, you know what I'm saying? So what it did to me was, ever since at a young age, you know, it was an instinctual sort of effect that it had on me. And then as the years went by and I got older, I started to seep more into my psyche of like different things that I would do sort of out of that spite of what the effect had on me. But I didn't know that at the time. So it came recently on sort of like internalization sort of approach that I had to take with wondering why am I the way I am? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like in every sort of aspect of my actions, my relationships, all that stuff that I have, you know what I'm saying, have done. And it just goes back to, you know what I'm saying, the loss of that. And I felt like for the longest time it's been me trying to fill a void. And because I think what happens is when you don't have that, you start to embrace sort of meaningless relationships or sexual relations, and then it sort of becomes an alternative to a healthy sort of female interaction that you're supposed to really have. But what you're doing now is you're trying to idolize women as your mom, almost instinctually, you know what I'm saying, to say that, okay, well, this isn't what I had, but let me see if I can find it and here and here and you and you and you. And when you start to like search on that, and then it creates issues because like when they don't really give you that, then it starts to you start to sort of to resent the person, or you start to like feel like,
you start to get,
now you're a letdown, like to me. So now I gotta,
you're getting flashbacks of like the emotions that you had towards your mother.
Yeah, it's almost like searching for something that like you don't even know if you'll ever find, because you never had it really in the first place. So it's like,
and they say, you know, girls get a lot of shit. There's like a saying like, oh, she got daddy issues. Well, dude, us boys, we got mommy issues. We got mommy issues too. 100%. You know what I mean?
100%. And I think it can turn into an emotional detachment or an emotional reliability to where it can be a repetitive pattern that even alternates between the two. You know what I'm saying? To where that's where you're going out, like I said, in terms of your dynamic with women. And I think for me personally, I will admit that, you know what I'm saying, in my past, I would sort of feel like, I wouldn't say devaluing woman, but just almost as like objectified, like almost in a sense like, okay, well, you know what I'm saying, this is meaningless, whatever. I need validation. I need attention. It's like you crave female attention for the rest of your life now, and you crave that validation from them. You know what I'm saying? And I can sort of, I guess, maybe speak on the opposite end of when women don't have dads, it can create sort of a similar sort of issue with them. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like that validation and attention is sort of like your priority now.
Yeah, I can see that.
You know, and I think that has been sort of the main issue for me in my life for the past so long, of me going out, women here, women there, the whole player aspect.
Because you didn't have a role model to base the ideal woman off of.
And it's like I crave all this female attention. I need your validation sort of in the deal. You know what I'm saying? It's not because I want to. It's just because this is the effect that it had on me drastically. You know what I'm saying? So now it's realizing that, being conscious of it, and not letting it define your narrative for the rest of your life. So that's where I'm at right now. You know.
So do you think like you had like obviously like a resentment towards your mother in some way, and that kind of transferred over to some of the relationships?
Yeah, I would say I wanted to look at her in a different light, but I just couldn't because of the
How
absence.
young were you, if you don't mind me asking? Like, was it from the get-go? Like,
not when I was a baby, but pretty young. I would say maybe about 5 years old. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, that. I mean,
it's a large gap.
yeah. So that makes sense. So shit, man. I mean, like, so how does a woman like love somebody? Like what? Because like what John said, it was like he got a different type of love. It was like this judgment-free love. Yeah. This love, like he could just be himself. Yeah. And it was like an unconditional love almost, right? Something that, you know, it was similar in ways to what his mom gave him, but also it was like different. It also filled gaps that he didn't get from his mom. Right. Yeah. So like he did get love, but not the whole package of love, like not for unconditional love.
Yeah.
It seemed like, because he grew up, they were pretty hard on him and whatnot. And that's what made him gravitate to his now wife, you know?
Yeah.
So like what I'm trying to get to is like, okay, what does a person like that, so because maybe somebody listening might be dealing with a guy who has those issues or has a certain view on women, you know what I mean? It's like, okay, what are they missing? They're obviously missing something. We all get hurt at some point or another by the opposite gender through love, right? And sometimes that person is your own mother, your own father, right?
Yeah.
And then it creates this narrative that generalizes across all the people that you interact with, right? But what that is too is you putting off that energy and attracting it back, right? When you have that energy and you're looking for like these simple validating moments, like you're gonna get that, but it's not gonna be the fulfilling type of validation that you want.
That part.
Right? And then you end up it not working, and you don't realize, like you ask yourself why, and you think it's them, but dude, look at yourself first.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Go inside and figure out why you're attracting that person. I'm speaking exactly what John was saying.
Yeah. No, I agree.
And then once you figure out, okay, what am I putting out that's attracting this? What am I like drawing towards me, gravitating towards?
Yeah.
Then you start to figure out where you're going wrong.
Yeah. And I think most of the time, guys who are in that situation may not realize that is the issue internally, so they're almost blinded to it and wondering why am I attracting these things, like of what you're talking about. But I really feel like
it's like, oh, women ain't shit, guys ain't shit, right?
Yeah.
And it's like maybe that's what you're drawing in, though.
Right, but then also the small sense of validity in that is based off of what the trauma emotionally as a child, because parents really do dictate, you know, that emotional sort of connection that's not present or is present really dictates how the rest of, you know, their seed life can go, even as growing up to be an adult. And the child may not realize that, and then as you see these repeated patterns over time and then getting to be an adult, you'll start to realize that, oh, this is stemming from a root. This isn't just out of nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm missing something. Right. So how do I find that? Like, how do I change this narrative? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
and it's like, because let's be real. If I'm gonna I'll be real for a moment too. Like, I had a great mother, great father. You know, gave me all kinds of unconditional love, just an abundance of it. You know, we didn't grow up rich or anything like that. Grew up poor and had to figure shit out. You know, but that's one thing they gave me was the love and the support and like that unconditional just support and love. Right. I also have two older sisters that I respect and love. Right. So, you know, when I approach women, obviously, I have a respect already for the women that raised me. Yeah. You know what I mean? Right. So it's like I'm going to inherently approach you the same way, give you the benefit of the doubt that you are potentially like them, right? You know, but still, I catch myself hanging out or wanting something that doesn't necessarily compare exactly to them, right? But that's my choice. Like, I chose that. Yeah. It's because, like, it's what I want. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Even if and then I'm gonna get mad at them because they don't measure up. It's like, bro, you knew that. I knew going in they didn't measure up. But then you just felt too far along. Yeah. Got caught up with your emotions and your feelings, and then became bitter. It's like, but where it started, you knew from the get-go. It's like they weren't lining up exactly. Yeah. You know what I mean? So. Absolutely. What am I gonna do? Like, I used to be bitter about it until I realized, bro, it's your own damn fault. You're stubborn, bro. You know, you're stubborn. But that's all maturity, though. That's all maturity. Yeah, but I had to go through it to figure that part out. Right. You know, and just come to terms with it. Yeah. You know, it is what it is. And then also look at myself. What am I putting out? Oh, yeah, dude, I'm trying to attract those girls by the shit I'm putting out. Yeah. Like how I'm portraying myself. Yeah, what you're projecting out. Right? Yeah. It's like, of course, that's what I'm gonna get back.
Yeah.
But it's a conscious decision to make that switch.
Absolutely.
You know, you just consciously make that switch. I'm not gonna put out that energy anymore. And if you don't fuck with me because of that, I don't care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like a self-awareness like that, that it takes, you know?
And that, you know, it's like, because we both have opposite upbringings with like how our parents and the relationship that we had with our parents, but yet we still share a lot of similarities.
Right.
But then that's kind of where the matter of choice comes in.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's not necessarily like, okay, a guy who didn't have a good relationship or did have a good relationship with his mother is automatically a good guy, right? Mm-hmm. It depends on where he's at mentally in his life.
Yeah.
Like I have to figure that part out. It's like, oh, I don't want that anymore. Or I want this. Like I want, and then go for that, right?
Yeah.
You know, but there are signs you could look for in a guy to tell whether or not, like to gauge how he thinks about women and where he's at in that kind of life cycle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like there's a few signs that are kind of obvious. Asking him about his ex.
Yeah.
His exes, and you could bring it up nonchalantly. Like you don't have to like interrogate him, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But you know, you could just bring up your past relationship is something. Bring up something that reminded you of your past relationship, or you know,
how he treats his mom. How does he treat his mom?
Yeah, well, that's another one.
You know,
right? So one, yeah. How what was your relationship like with your family, your mother, your sisters, anybody that was close to you?
Right. Because I want to say specifically the female
right?
gender. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How he treat like his close.
Yeah, and this goes both ways, right?
Yeah.
This goes both ways, and like the way you don't. Let's be realistic. You ain't just gonna bring that up. Like, so how did you treat your mother?
Yeah, don't do that.
Let me hear about your mom. you ain't gonna ask.
Yeah, though.
You know, you could like.
Sometimes
nonchalantly, oh my God, my mom used to say something like that all the time. She used to always like say stuff like that.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Did your mom ever used to say anything like that? Boom. Like now you got into that conversation of like we're talking about our parents.
Yeah.
It's like,
or if you're with them, you can like kind of gauge and see for yourself and witness. You know what I'm saying? Like what's the dynamic like with them? Like how does he treat them?
Yeah, but see, in the beginning stages of a relationship, you ain't.
Well, yeah, not beginning, but I'm just saying
let's take it from like if you're on a date.
On a date, yeah. So if you're talking generally like in the beginning phases, then yeah.
Right. So you're trying to gauge, okay, is this guy a good guy or is this girl, you know, what's the dynamic with like, because that's going to tell you a lot, right? Mm-hmm. It's going to tell you a lot about, okay, what they think about women or men.
Yeah.
One, the relationship with their mother.
Yeah.
Two, how they talk about their exes. Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. And then there's a third one. I thought about this. How do they feel about having a daughter? Right?
Yeah.
That's going to tell a lot how they react to that.
That is very true.
The idea of having a daughter, right? Mm-hmm. So how do you bring those up, just like in a casual setting?
I mean, it really can come from you. Like when you're speaking on your personal stories, to where it's like, oh well, you know, I was thinking, you know, if I had a daughter or whatever like that, you know, this and maybe this is how I would feel about her and her name and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
And if he like, you can kind of gauge maybe his body language too of how he like reacts to that.
Yeah, it can be like super casual, so like innocent. Like, you know, I came up with a couple little scenarios, you know, to ask those questions. Mm-hmm. It's like to get to the conversation about the mother. You know, just like something reminded you of your mom. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Something oh my God, my mom used to say something. Oh, my mom has something in her house that she loves. It's just like that. And then like you bring that up. Does your mom ever have like these sayings that, you know, and then it's like gets him talking about their mother or their family. Does he brush it away or does he like it opens the door a little bit, and then, you know, you don't have to press too hard and just see how he reacts. It's like, oh, you know, I honestly didn't have like that great of a relationship with my mother, and I don't want, if he tries to push it away, okay, it's a sensitive subject. Yeah. There might be something up. Okay, approach with caution. Now you know like the type of dude you're dealing with, and then bringing up how he talks about his ex. Yeah. it's like you could jokingly say, oh my God, I've been single for so long. You know what I mean? I forgot what it was like to be on a date. You know, how long have you been single? You know, you ask him, and then, you know, he responds, was there any reason why you guys aren't still together?
Yep. Take notes.
She was crazy.
Take notes. This is really good.
Right?
Really effective. Yep.
And it's like you're bringing it up kind of through the back door.
Yeah.
And it's not like you're trying to interrogate him or anything. And then it's like he's going to be honest with you. Right. If you're honest and open with him, then he's going to be like, fuck it, I'm just going to tell you what's up.
Yeah, 100%.
Right? And then the daughter thing, like, how's he feel about having a daughter? Mm-hmm. One scenario I thought of was like, you notice maybe the waitress's name. It's a really pretty name. Or you notice something like anywhere on the menu. Fucking lasagna. Oh my God,
I was going to say, look at linguine. What do you think about linguine?
That was such a beautiful name. I want to name my daughter that. No, just
Rossetti.
Rose. Oh, Rose.
Oh, Tuna.
Rose is such a beautiful daughter name. I kind of like, I've always thought about that name for like, if I ever have a daughter one day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, you bring it up like that. What would you name your daughter? You know? And he's like, oh God, if I had a daughter, I don't know what I would do. What do you got against having a daughter? Why? Is it because you think poorly of women, so you don't want to have a daughter that might be a woman that you don't, a type of woman that you've had bad interactions with? Or is it because you think poorly of men and you know how you are is reflecting on how you think a man will treat your daughter?
See, now that's really interesting, because I feel like with my dynamic with, of course, like my mom's situation, the thing I want more, of course, down the line, like, you know, whenever that happens, is a daughter. Because I feel for the longest, what my justification is that I have so much love to give that I didn't get, that I want to give. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, maybe that's why the way I am with, it could be with humanity in itself, with my friendships, with my relationships, or even with the topic at hand of having a daughter, that I just want to give so much that I didn't get. So it's like, I don't know, it's kind of like a reverse sort of psychology sort of aspect to that. You know?
I think for the most part, us guys, like the idea of having a daughter, like generally speaking, we're like, oh, we want a boy.
You want a boy.
I want a boy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The idea of having a daughter scares us.
It does.
You know,
especially
but then now like I have a niece, I'm like, fuck, I love her, man.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have negative connotations with women. I'm not saying they don't exist. Of course, I've encountered all kinds of fucked up people in my life, both male and female.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I know there's fucked up dudes that I'm like, yo, stay away from these types of dudes, young Mila. And then,
you hear me? Don't even look at them.
You know, there's girls that, you know, have their issues as well. I know, I have faith that we're gonna guide her down the right path, so that doesn't scare me, right? And that takes time to like get to that point,
right? Absolutely.
Right. So like, it's like when you ask those kind of questions, you're gonna get to how he thinks about women. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And then that can determine whether or not you want a long-term relationship or a short-term relationship with this person, like a fling or whatever. Let's be real here. There might be some pros and cons to being with that, because let's be real, some girls want a dude that's gonna treat them like shit. If you're looking for just a fling like that, then you found your man, sweetheart. But don't get mad when it doesn't work out down the line. Go into it knowing this ain't no long-term thing. Right? It's gonna be a short, fun, exciting, whatever you're into in the bedroom. He might be able to do all those things. You know, we talk about like all the submissiveness, or like the degrade me, is all that. It's like, okay, you found your match. Right? You found your match.
That's honest, though.
Cool, have fun. Like, we're not judging.
Yeah, that's honest.
We're not judging. You found your match. Just be conscious of that.
Right.
And then, or if you're like, yo, I see a potential in him, because like maybe he does have these fucked up, but I see that he could change. There's something there. It's like, okay, now I got to go about this relationship in a certain way and fill some of those voids.
And being patient.
And be patient. So that way I can have what I want too.
Right.
Because I'm not saying that these men are hopeless.
Yeah.
You can't. We all have issues stemming from something.
Yeah.
And we all deserve love, whether you had a good mother, father, or not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they're not hopeless.
Yeah.
They just need a different type of love.
Yeah.
Right? And you just got to be aware of it.
Yeah.
And then figure out how to navigate that road.
Yeah. It really is a solidified sort of trustworthy emotional love that they want to embrace from you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like anything that can be a mistrust that they may see or perceive based on anything that you do to them, it can result in sort of I wouldn't want to say a long-lasting sort of resentment towards you or a long-lasting sort of letdown, because they will look at you like a letdown. You know, it'd be like, well, no, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then it can come off as selfish and everything like that. So I really believe the patient and the understanding of, okay, this is why the way he is, it is fixable. It can be fixable, especially if he allows himself to like want to, but that's just based on you being patient and understanding enough for him instead of just like, this motherfucker is too much. You got your issues. I'm not trying to be a mom to you, blah, 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 or whatever. And if you want to go ahead, then go ahead. But if you want to
It's not for everybody.
It's not for everyone.
Yeah,
it is work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Be honest with yourself.
It's emotional baggage.
Yeah.
You know?
Be honest with yourself whether or not you can be that person. And of course, like, there's guys or girls that might be conscious of that fact and like try to take advantage of it. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, you know, I'm working with you, but are you working with yourself?
Yeah.
Bro, like, you know what I mean? Let's be real. I'm trying to work with you, but you're not working on yourself at the same time. Like, we got to push this thing uphill together.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
And then we can make progress.
Yeah. And that's on him wanting to be better in every way of his life.
Exactly.
Because sometimes that's what it takes. It's like, you may think you're progressing in every single aspect, but there's something that will always be holding you back if you don't address the issue. You know, you're shying away so much of it, you're never going to have that. So it's just going to be prolonged for as long as you allow it to be. So.
Yep. Preaching to the choir, baby. We on these serious
pure
topics
facts.
all of a sudden. We just hitting them pure facts out here. You know, we're on these more serious topics lately.
Yeah.
But it's like, yo, I feel like, yo, we both like experience these things from a real place.
That's what I'm saying. Sometimes it's not bad to go
Not
deep.
only that, man, TikTok be shadow banning the fuck out of us when we get nasty. They hating on over there.
We want to speak to y'all on some real ass shit.
No, but for real,
you feel me?
look, there's like things that guys, I think it goes both ways. When you're a guy who kind of has some of that like emotional baggage and whatnot, like it kind of brings a different side of you out when you interact with the woman, it's even intimately, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like I have a different approach. Like I could still do all those things, but I go with it into the approach of like, let me make sure you're like, this is what you want.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You know, whereas you might just want it because you want it. Right? And that's exciting to her. Yeah. Like that level of like aggression and domination or whatever. You know what I mean? You know?
Love that aggression.
Yo, we ain't knocking. Again, we don't judge here.
No judgment.
No judgment. And it's pros and cons to it.
Yeah.
Right? It took me like, cause I am somebody like me normally ain't like that. Where like that grew up with a good mom and dad. We're too vanilla over there, right? Because you know we respect our girl too much. Yeah. Right. We don't want to do that. Yeah. We don't want to do that to you. Yeah. You know what I mean? Now it shuts you off it shuts the dude off from the idea to even explore those boundaries because he feels like he's disrespecting you. It's like, but bro, you're caging her. Yeah. Right? Yeah. What does she want? What's she into? Respect it. That part. Right? Yeah. You into getting tied up? As long as you down, I'm down too.
As long as you down, that's the main thing. Right there.
You into it? Yeah. Then let's do it. You know, you want what you want, right? I'm down, and I'm not judging you for it. I'm down, cause I'm down. Like low key, I want it too. Yeah. But I'm not gonna force it. Yeah. I gotta make sure you're into it, because I'm not gonna be into it unless you're into it.
Yeah, it's basically like you said before, letting her lead the dance.
Let her lead the dance.
Yeah.
I might throw a couple suggestions out there, here and there. Hey, what do you think about
moves.
what you think about this dance move?
Hey, a little bachata.
You want to try this dance move over here? We can do a little bachata.
Catching Myles and salsing on the dance floor.
Let me teach y'all.
Whoa, where did that come from? I didn't know you could salsa, Myles.
You ever wanted to learn how to salsa? I don't know, just an idea. I mean, you can't be too nice of a guy. Like, that's a downfall of the guys that, you know, have the too much of a perfect world.
Yeah.
It's like, you're not exciting.
Yeah.
You're not exciting, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not, like, especially younger women, you're not attracting me. And let's be honest, even with older women, you want a little bit of excitement.
Absolutely.
A little bit. But, you know, it gets really good when you find that guy who's open to all that stuff.
Absolutely.
Right? And
Absolutely.
it's not going to judge you for it. It's
Absolutely.
like, okay, let's figure this shit out. You want to go and do what, honey? Let's do it. Shit.
Trying to figure out what voice that.
It's like the guy had
That's a Sally voice.
It's like, bro, don't be boring. Yes, you love your woman. You respect your woman. If you respect her wants and needs too.
Exactly.
That's respecting her.
Exactly.
That's also respecting her.
Yeah.
Not judging her for it.
Exactly.
Whatever it is that she's
judgment-free zone relationship is the best relationships, man. In all ways.
Yeah.
All types of ways.
Yeah.
It's like when you feel like you got to hold back from being who you truly are, and like, you know what I'm saying, and you're not 100%.
Yeah.
It's like you have to ask yourself, like, why can't this is my relationship, this is my life partner, like why we're not able to be authentically true, like in every way.
I mean, that's a big problem in relationships is they talk about like the sexual chemistry is fucked up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? One person's libido's more intense than the others. You know, one wants to try things and the other one doesn't. You know, it just gets mundane or stale or whatever. You know, John had an interesting take on it because partly because I feel like he's been so exposed.
Yeah.
But he's like, man, she's just enough. We don't need to. It doesn't get dull.
Yeah.
We've been going 8 years. It doesn't get mundane.
That's beautiful.
You know what I mean? It's just, she's enough.
Yeah.
Right? It's because, like, he doesn't hold her to, like, a standard. Like, you got to one up. Because she'll never be able
Especially probably after everything he's experienced, too.
He's
and
like,
being
dude,
desensitized and all this.
It's a different type of sexual relationship. It's like, yo, this is better. He said, it's so much better when you're... Like,
because now you're getting more of a spiritual level like, with each other of a close bond.
We're best friends.
Yeah, that intertwinement.
It's the best, bro. He's like, dude, it's the best.
It is.
It's better than all that shit I used to be doing. I used to do it all. I was fucking all over the place. I did it all.
Yeah.
You know? This is the best. And he's been with her for 8 years. I'm like, nothing? No. I was just I'm like, damn. I'm like, it makes sense, but like
8 years is a long time.
It's a long ass time. And I'm just like, you know, but it comes from the little things that you guys do together. You have fun together.
That's true.
You're best friends, and then it just like, you know.
Yeah.
You guys just enjoy each other.
Yeah.
You know.
Because I do believe too that like love does become a choice at some point to where like you have to decide how willing you are and how patient you are and how much longer do you want to not only invest your time and your energy and your love into this person, but even after all the not so positive moments and maybe like the moments and times where you maybe don't feel as connected or attracted to them or whatever, because there's some times where something will fizzle out or fade out.
Yeah.
But when that person is worth it, like you said, like the little things that you do here and there that just continues to remind yourself like, okay, wow, like, like this is my person. You know what I'm saying? This is the person for me.
And, you know, when you hit those little road bumps, you find ways to, like, repair them.
Yeah.
You know?
Instead of just running away or this motherfucking cancel coach or whatever you call it.
Take your ego out of it, man. Put your pride aside. Both guys and girls, put your pride aside. You know, fucking make the other person laugh, break the tension. Yeah. Get back to hugging each other and get back to, like, you know, realizing what you should be grateful for in the relationship.
Absolutely.
You know
it's so easy to just run.
Yeah, and you get pissed about these little things. And it is easy to just say, because there's an ocean of options nowadays. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're getting hit with new options every single day on social media and whatnot. It's like easy. Oh, I'm just going to go try to find something better.
But it's not so easy.
It's not so easy to rebuild that relationship again.
Yes. Looking the problem straight in the eye and saying, we're going to get through this together and we're going to become better after this.
We're going to figure it out.
There's nothing more powerful and beautiful and everlasting than that.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You could be like, hey, you tired of me? Get some sleep then, motherfucker, because we're going to get through this shit.
We're going to do it. Well, you got to have like an attitude of like, you know, look, we're just going to figure it out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if we need some time
Yeah.
to think, but just know I love you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Absolutely.
whatever it is, I want to figure out. You got to figure out your person. Everybody's different. Everybody has different problems. Everybody deals with those moments differently.
Yeah.
So you got to kind of approach it, you know, differently depending on the person, right?
Yeah.
So, and you know, you'll find a way to make it work if you want to.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And look, if the other person ain't willing to put in the work, go find somebody that you deserve that is willing to be patient with you.
Right. Or let that person find you.
Yeah.
Just don't go out seeking anybody, ladies.
Yeah.
Because that's
yeah.
the best relationships aren't with you trying to go out and find
you
shit.
though? How do they find you?
I truly believe that when you're working on yourself and putting everything into your self progression and your improvement in your life, that attraction. It's like you literally that person that you're with is a reflection of where you're at in your life, of who you are.
Right.
So automatically it's like that person, like you won't even expect it.
Yeah.
It's to be so spontaneous to where you're enjoying your life, you're doing your thing, and that shit just hits you out of the blue instead of you feeling like you have all this pressure and control to want to go out and search for it, and it never works out because you're putting it so much on of a pedestal of like it has to be this, and it never is like that because it's a desperation sort of seeking energy.
Yeah, man.
You know,
you gotta know where to shop. If you're trying to eat gourmet for the rest of your life, you gotta know where to shop.
Yes.
Don't go rolling into the liquor store thinking you're gonna get a meal that's gonna satisfy you for the rest of your life. No, you're gonna get some liquor store fucking meals. You're gonna get that little taquito on the little burner.
That's a fact.
And yeah, it might be satisfying for the moment. You don't want to eat that for the rest of your life though. The fuck?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can you make something work out of that? Yeah, fuck, maybe. But you ain't no Gordon Ramsay. Okay?
Right.
You trying to be you don't know what you're doing in the kitchen.
Exactly.
If you want a gourmet meal, know where to shop.
Yeah. Or become a gourmet meal and watch it comes back to you.
Hey. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying.
That's profound.
Profound. You know, but like that goes back to like what we're talking about, what you put out. That there's that quote you said, you attract what you reflect.
Yeah, literally.
You attract what you reflect, right? If you're putting out fucking stories on your Instagram of you partying, you out and about in the club, popping bottles, this and that, having a crazy wild life, you're gonna get girls that are looking for that.
Specifically, exactly.
Specifically, they want your lifestyle. They want to have fun with you. They just are having fun, right? And then they're gonna come up, slide in them DMs. Oh, where's my invite? Blah blah blah. And then hey, come through, shorty. And then boom, you gonna hook up with one of them, and then you're gonna start slipping to like hanging out with her more and more often.
Yeah.
And you're gonna find yourself, oh wow, I really like this girl. And then she's gonna disappoint you one way or another because there's another guy with a bigger boat, a better party. Because you got bored. You're ready to settle down, and she's still looking to party, and you're getting mad, bro.
That's real. Though.
Why are you getting mad, bro?
That
you
is
knew
real.
That's what she was into.
Yeah.
Right? But then, if you're the opposite, you're about your business, low key, doing your thing, and you're putting out. I put out a quote, a little thing on my story. Like I used to do that shit all the time. But then one like kind of hit me, it resonated with me, so I put it again. I posted it, and then I started getting DMs or just responses, like they weren't trying to slide at me or anything, but I got a different type of girl's attention. It was like the contrast was so
night and day. Yeah.
And I'm just like, it's proof. You attract what you reflect.
That is very true.
And it's like it goes the same way for girls, right? If you're putting out this image of yourself, like you're about the party life and this and that, you just want to have fun, then you're going to get guys that just want to have fun with you.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
You're putting out content that's like, I'm about my business, I got my goals and this and that, or like these spiritual thoughts or whatever it might be. You're going to get guys that are attracted to that person that you are.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And that's exactly what you said. You are what you attract, what you reflect.
Yeah, because I think what it is most of the time people try to look more on, okay, this is the person I want, without looking within themselves of, okay, where am I at?
Right.
Am I even deserving of somebody like this?
Yeah.
Am I just far-fetching myself out of the, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, it seems
we're
nice. It's the idea.
We're entitled.
Exactly.
We're entitled. We want more than what we actually deserve. We're all guilty of it. We're all guilty of it. I'm guilty of it.
Yeah.
I want more than what I actually deserve. Okay, I want that kind of girl. Damn. But am I the man that is going to attract her? No, I'm not. Mm-mm. I'm not that guy.
Yeah.
Okay, let me become that guy. Yeah. Now I'm motivated.
Yeah.
I'm going to get a girl exactly like you.
And you're going to become better in the process.
Right, and I'm analyzing you like what kind of guy does a girl like you like? I'm going to become that motherfucker. And then I'm going to get somebody exactly like you. Mm-hmm. Boom.
There you go.
You know? But I'm not there. So me to get mad or bitter because, you know, I want that. And maybe I could get her, right? Yeah. But it ain't going to last because she know I'm not that guy yet. She'd figure it out. She'd figure it out.
Yeah.
I'm not that guy. I could try to fake it, but I'm not that guy yet. I will be, you know.
You know what that correlates into? Having a dream and a goal so big that you can't achieve it until you grow into the person who can.
Right.
Because in order for you to attain anything like as such, you have to be on that same level of vibration to be able to receive that. And if you're not, it will never work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So grow into that person. First and foremost, put yourself first instead of trying to seek validation from everyone else. Get your own. You know what I'm saying? And be happy with you. And then you'll see. Oh, damn, this person they get me.
They fuck with me.
You know what I'm saying? And next thing you know, you done found whatever journey, you know what I'm saying, your life partner or, you know, just someone that you want, whatever. You know what I'm saying? To each their own. But at least you know that at the end of the day, it wasn't a desperate seeking nature of it where I'm like, okay, this is where all my time and energy is to trying to find and look and search instead of doing it within yourself and becoming better in the process.
Let's get real, boys. You want that model. You want that you know, that sexy, that boss lady.
You know what I'm saying?
Who the fuck are you to get her?
Yeah, and we're speaking from an honest, real standpoint. So it's not like we're coming at you. It's just more of like being understanding of our perspective. Because I mean, at the end of the day, in order for you to want to attain that, you know, just kind of go outside yourself and see what actually works instead of thinking that you kind of know it all and going off of what hasn't worked for I don't know how long, you know what I'm saying, that you've tried, and you know what I'm saying. So at the end of the day,
and I'm not saying like I'm that dude either, because fuck, I can't get that model either, bro. But the difference between me and you is I don't expect myself.
You don't expect,
You know what I mean? I know I got work to do. You know what I mean? And to be honest with you, I'm not even interested in that model. I'm interested in a real ass woman.
There you go.
You know what I mean? That's gonna satisfy me emotionally, physically, sexually, all of it.
Yeah.
Like the whole package, not just one area.
Yeah.
You know, which most dudes it's like sexual.
But then it gets stale after a while because looks can fade.
Yeah.
But what's on the internal that keeps?
I'm interested.
You know what I'm saying? What's that kinetic
mental
energy?
That mental, that emotional, that shit is a turn on. I'm getting hard in my pants right now just thinking about it.
But I'm in front of you, man. So. Hold on, pause. Pause.
You know what I mean?
But yeah, no, I get exactly what you're saying.
So it's like, bro, be real. Who cares? You work on yourself. I gotta work on myself.
Yeah.
And I've done some shit in my life, okay? Like, but I still gotta work on myself. I still gotta fucking.
It feels like a never-ending process.
You know what I mean? And then you just find somebody that's gonna work with you, right? Maybe you find somebody, maybe not, but don't sweat it either way.
Exactly.
And then eventually you will.
Yeah.
Just work on yourself.
Absolutely.
It goes both ways. Get out your basement. Get off that video game. Work on yourself, homie.
Because then you start to realize that, like, hey, it's not about me being right for this person or this and that or whatever, or being right for your movie. You're in my movie. This is my movie sort of deal. So now it's like, okay, this is how I see myself. This is my value that I've created and built for myself.
Yeah.
Let's see if you can.
Let's see if we can co-star in each other's movies.
So changing the sort of that narrative.
You're a movie star, baby.
Yeah.
And you gotta find somebody that could co-star with you.
Exactly.
You gotta find your Jackie Chan to your Chris Tucker.
There you go. There you go.
They're both stars.
I know.
In their own right.
Man, he's getting old too, by the way. That's just a little change. I'm like, Jackie, man, not Jackie, bro.
Jackie's getting old.
I cannot see Jackie getting old.
My boy,
bro.
Jackie.
Man, I love Jackie, man.
Dude's wise.
I hope they make one more.
He'll
man.
still whoop your ass, though.
I know, but I hope he makes one more. He was talking. I even seen an interview of him saying, like, talking about literally just the franchise, his body, and everything like that. He's just like, I can't.
Oh, he beat his body up.
He beat his body up, bro.
He used to do all of his own stunts too.
Yeah, I know.
That's a big reason why I got into like mixed martial arts and stuff is because of Jackie Chan, dude.
He was a big influence. Bruce Lee too.
Bruce Lee too. My dad used to watch, we used to watch their movies all together like all the time.
Yeah.
You know, when I was like a little ass kid, like probably 4, 5, 6.
And it just stuck.
And then I just like, you know, I get done watching and I'm doing push-ups. You know, when me and my brother are playing karate with each other and shit. Just playing. And it just kind of carries on.
That's cool, though. Just to have an influence.
You might have noticed the little scabs and bruises and whatnot. I just got back into doing some training.
How is that going?
I'm fucking getting my ass.
I'm about to say, but that's interesting.
Dude, it's fun, man.
So
I love it because it teaches you a discipline. There's a discipline that comes with it that I'm like somewhat familiar with because I used to be a wrestler. I used to be kind of like in the mixed martial arts kind of thing, but this is a long time ago. So kind of getting back into that whole environment feels good. Yeah. It feels real good.
Hey, I'm happy
beat up, broken, fucked up fingers. My toes are all scabbed up.
Hey, if it wasn't broken or any of that scab, then I would be like, what are you doing?
I wear it proud, man. I love this shit.
Those are war wounds, my brother.
Check it out, baby.
War wounds is what I like to call it. Look good. It look good.
It's like a natural tattoo.
There you go.
Right on my face.
I think I need to get my, what do you call those, the wardrobe piece that you put on for it?
Gi.
Gi. Yeah, I need to get a gi.
Bro, I'm pissed, though. I didn't know what I was signing up for, bro. I met this dude. He's a Hollywood actor, right? He's like, bro, you want to go to a BJ session with me? I didn't catch he said BJJ session.
Wait.
I said BJ session. I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, bro, BJ session? What kind of secret, what kind of secret Hollywood shit is this? They got spas and shit. It's like on the
I've heard about these dang rooms before. I'm not trying to do that.
He's got the inside hookup, something like, because he's a Hollywood actor. Like, he's been in a lot of stuff. And I'm like, hell yeah, bro. When we going? And he's like, next Tuesday. 6:30, whatever. I'm like, hell yeah. Then he hands me the robe. I'm like, oh, it's like a spa. It's the gi. Walk in, it's a bunch of dudes. I have been deceived.
Oh no! What is this session? What the hell was you on? This is not what I was talking about.
I thought we was going to get some BJs, not no BJJ.
Oh shit!
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, my ass.
You can't even look at the BJ's wholesale store the same anymore. That's what you think about.
I've been deceived.
Oh my gosh! But it was a cool experience though. At the end of the day,
like, yeah, I'm still going. I'm gonna keep going.
It's twice every week, basically, huh?
Something like that. I'm gonna keep going, man. I've been like, I'm obsessed now. I just watch videos and all this. I'm gonna surprise their asses. You gotta see me. I'm gonna get my black belt, bro.
I mean, hey, I'm here for you. That moral support is real. You see the look? That's the look of the eye of a tiger right there. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm gonna get that.
You see the tenacity? You see the fierceness? This man has the precision needed to be a champion.
I don't care how long it takes.
That's what I mean.
There's a tournament in like a month. It's like, so if I go, I only be training for like 6 weeks. That's like almost too premature to do your own tournament.
That's what I'm wondering. Is there standards to that?
I don't know.
They'd be like, oh, this guy, he hasn't had
Usually they train for at least like months beforehand, before you, like, you gotta know your shit before you go and compete. But I'm just like, 100%. Man, in my head, I'm like, how badass would it be if I go with only 6 weeks of training and I win? Now I'm like, I want that.
Hey, that's not far-fetched, bro. It could happen.
It could happen, but I got to put in the work to make it happen.
That'll be a badass podcast episode, too.
And I'll be like, yo, 6 weeks, and I already won my first training session.
From 6 weeks to black belt.
Or my first tournament. No, you can't get a black belt that fast.
But the whole concept will be
but it's impossible.
6 weeks to black belt.
I already studied it. It's like it takes years and years. Some people they don't get promoted for years just to get like their purple belt.
So it's past the 10,000 hour rule completely.
I don't know the exact criteria on like how the belt system works, but I know like it's hard to just go up.
Because it's like so many different kind of levels.
It takes time. It takes discipline. You get tested.
Yeah.
You know, every gym kind of has a different method to it, I think.
Yeah.
And then, you know, they'll promote you, but there's definitely some minimum time requirements. Like I read online that like for a black belt, you need at least 3 years. I'm like, I'm cool with that.
That's not bad.
That's shorter than my wrestling, my high school wrestling.
It's shorter than a master's degree.
Yeah, I could get
and
that.
A bachelor's.
And I'm down. I'm patient. I'll pay my dues. You know, and then I will become that man I'm trying to become to attract what I'm reflecting. See how we bring it full circle?
This man about to attract a Ronda Rousey. He about to attract wait, who's the woman? Holly Holmes. He's about to attract someone.
Ronda Rousey was a jiu-jitsu. She practiced jiu-jitsu and judo, I think.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Holly Holmes a kickboxer.
Yeah. But Ronda,
she gotta get somebody to kick my ass.
Yeah.
Actually, it's funny. There was a girl that I used to date that did jiu-jitsu. I didn't know shit about it. She tried doing something to me.
Yeah.
I'm like, no.
Oh, it didn't work.
She tried putting me in an arm bar.
And it didn't work.
No, I was just too strong for her.
Oh.
I mean, you got
at least you tried. You gotta give
there's weight classes, but that's the thing about it too that fascinated me. That like the first day I went, I sparred with a brown belt, and he's a little Asian guy that's like maybe 150 pounds.
Okay.
Cool, fucking super polite, calm. Hey, what's up, man? Okay, I don't even know how to get started. I said, okay, like what are we supposed to do? Like how do we start? What's the starting positions?
Yeah.
He's like, man, we just gonna roll. Just fucking, you know, try to control me. And try to defend any of my attacks. I'm like, okay, cool. And then we start sparring, and right away he could feel my strength. He's like, God damn, bro, you're strong. And I'm like, thanks, man. Used to fucking wrestle. He's like, and then like before I could finish the sentence, he starts doing some shit. I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
You're spinning around like a fucking press.
Fuck, what is this? You deceived me.
His body's all red.
And I'm like, you know, I'm scrambling, trying to get out, trying to like, and then like the timer goes off. Like I'm huffing and puffing.
Dang,
I can barely breathe. And he's just like, hey man, that was good. Calm, not even breathing heavy.
That's the worst.
I'm like, fuck. I'm like, but dude, that's so fascinating to me because it doesn't matter about the size.
No, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the size difference does not matter.
No,
and like the way he conserved his energy throughout the whole thing, I was like, ooh, I need to learn this.
Bro, calmness is everything when it comes to fighting.
Because it's a different mentality from wrestling. It's like you want to do everything quick.
Yeah.
You don't want to project your movements and what you're trying to do. So you got to be quick. You know, it's about speed, but obviously technique factors in. But with this, it's just like you could take your sweet ass time. If you know what you're doing, you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And you're gonna get it.
How cool is that?
I'm like, ooh, I like this. This is like human chess.
Yeah.
You know, I really digged it. I'm gonna keep doing it, man.
I like that.
I'm gonna keep doing it.
Jiu-Jitsu my house.
Anyway, y'all. We went off on a tangent.
Yeah, we did.
But yo, thank y'all for tuning in. We're gonna get into the bonus episode. We got some really good topics for y'all, for all the Magic Men Plus subscribers and whatnot. We got the ways that men test women to tell whether or not, you know, there's somebody, and these go deep. These are the ways that men test women, like to figure out whether or not there's somebody that they would potentially like be in a long-term relationship with. And then we're also going to get into how men, and I thought about this, like how you fall in love. Like how you go from just being like a casual hookup and then all of a sudden you're like, oh shit, I'm in love. Right? That's big. And I would literally psychoanalyze myself and then did a little bit of research and I'm like, ooh, yep, this is exactly it. This is exactly how we work. But real quick before we go, I want to do a couple shout outs to our top social media supporters this week.
Thank you, ladies.
We got a few of you, a lot of the ones that we've announced before.
Okay. Showing love continuously.
Continuous love. You know, but we got a couple new ones. I noticed on YouTube. Jennifer Giles. I see you, girl. And then on IG, Licia B, dude. She's all over. Licia, you killing the IG game. She's everywhere.
She's everywhere.
We appreciate. We need that IG love. That IG love is where it's at. And then from TikTok, a new one, Kylie. I see you, girl. Kylie MK.
Kylie.
We appreciate you for the love and the support. But anyway, y'all, thank you for tuning in. If you're listening to this on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, hit that subscribe button. If you're listening to this on YouTube, also hit that subscribe button. We're going to be posting a lot more of the clips and whatnot on here, on YouTube. Write us a nice comment or add to the conversation. You know, we don't know everything.
Right.
So feel free to add to the conversation. If we miss something, yo, you haven't thought about this scenario or that scenario or this. It's gonna happen.
Absolutely.
Right? So yeah, make us aware. I'm down to talk about it.
And how we love the stories too, ladies. I know
Romeo loves the stories.
I love the stories, and of course we keep it anonymous.
Yeah, we got a couple stories.
Some stories of, you know, sort of your circumstances and situations that you guys are currently in. And
we got one. We're going to get to that, too, on another episode. We got a few, actually. You can send those anonymously to our email, sdp@magicmenlive.com. You can find the link in our Beacons link. And we'll definitely address those as well. So, yeah, hit that subscribe. Leave us a review. Leave us a comment. And we will see you next week. Peace.